In a real work, in a, oof, I'll just start that right over so I don't have music playing. So, hey, everybody, I'm going to do that again. In a real world work meeting. All right, everybody, settle down. Thank you for coming to the meeting. I'll make this short so we can get back to work. As we all know, our first game, the Sasquatch from Jack Link's commercials, the game, developed by Crack Coast Studios, is releasing in 2 months. Yes, I know. Everyone's excited. Hold the applause. All right, good enough. With this, of course, we're going to have to ask everyone to put in that last mile, and we're going to need to mandate some overtime. Hey, that seems fair. We got a ways to go, but we can do it, everybody. I could use the extra money. Girl's got some braces she's going to need. Yeah, I'm in this. Let's get it done. All right, yes, this will be no problem at all, of course. And you'll all be compensated naturally for overtime, time and a half. And afterwards, once we launch, you guys will go on your vacations. So appreciate everybody and all your hard work. And thanks. We'll see you at the end of this, and we'll get through it the way gamers and gaming media see it. And we'll be needing to mandate some overtime. You mean developer crunch? Can't we just delay the game and cost the company millions and possibly our jobs? What about our families? We're never going to get to see them because of this for 2 months. No one else has a job they're expected to crunch at. I don't see bloody mail carriers or lawyers or retail workers or gaming journalism companies being forced into overtime for more money. It's unheard of. It's inhumane of all the other industries to work, as you call it, overtime. I mean, really, it's developer crunch time. You're taking advantage of us, and we're not doing it. It's inhumane and to be asked to work more than 40 hours a week. The goal. Unionize! Unionize! Right. So you'll all be compensated again for time and a half and vacations after the launch. Thanks, and we'll get through this and stuff.
Welcome to the Crashed While Loading podcast.
Does internet porn know you're cheating on it?
Video games,
Well, excuse me, princess.
movies and TV,
Don't worry, Professor. I was an accident too.
half-assed reviews,
Just as I suspected. Hollow!
and everything else.
Chief, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
Off. We need to go on a quick adventure.
Hello, people of the world. Welcome to the 13th episode of Crashed While Loading. I, of course, am your host, Ashen Phoenix, and with me today is the Jazz.
Hello.
Sib. Sib, for some reason you had to come through. There it is.
Howdy.
Howdy. There she is. And Yunfei.
Hello.
Hello. So, we've got a great show for you today. If you haven't guessed by the intro, some small development company called CD Projekt Red has gone gold with 2077, and that's great. But they're gonna they're gonna chain and shackle their people to make them do overtime. As you can guess, this is really? We just started the show and some kid just rang the doorbell. Huh? I'm not answering this time. Yeah, it's just some little girls on the security camera. So, but before we get into that, that leads into another story we had. Hey, Sib. Yeah. You're still not coming through, babe.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know what's got
Yeah.
it the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, and I've got you maxed out, and I can still barely hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't know. I'm not answering it.
Yeah. But there's little kids there. But yeah, I can't turn you up anymore for some reason.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is everybody else having?
No,
Should I
everyone's
ask
fine.
you
But
anything?
go ahead and tell what
I can
happened.
hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
is it okay? You're coming through now. Just make sure you're up on your mic.
Okay. So, about 2 weeks ago. We,
Actually, October 4th is the exact date
Oh,
that
okay.
this happened.
So not. I don't know when it was. 1, 2 weeks.
About a week.
1 week. Okay. So we got the yard all done October 2nd, and we're sitting here, and the doorbell rings, wing.
Just like it did
And
in the middle of
So-
like the day.
So I get up and I go in there, see what's going on, and there's 2 little boys out there standing. They're halfway down the walk to the drive, and they're standing there, and they're all in full costume, and they're like, "We want to tell you we really like your yard. It's awesome." And I would say probably, I'd say 7 to 8ish age range. And I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Thanks." Yes, I was like, "Appreciate." I was like, "You guys gonna come back and trick or treat us on Halloween?" And one of them goes, "No, I can't." And I was like, "Oh, dude, that's a bummer." I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "I'm gonna be in Branson." And I was like, "That sucks." I said, "Hold on 1 second," because we had just went chocolate, or most of the chocolate, for the trick or treating. So I came inside and grabbed 2, or I think it was 4 candy bars, and I went out and I said, "Okay, you guys pick," because we give away full size.
Yeah, we give
So
away
it's like-
full size candy bars.
I was like, "You
Cut out
guys
at the end.
pick." So
Yeah.
they both
Oh,
took one.
you guys are the
and
good house.
You've
They were-
seen our house. Do they not deserve a full size candy bar if they make it to our door?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
were so cute. So they were so excited too. They're like, "Oh, oh." So they picked their candy bars and they're like, thank you so much," and they're walking off, waving, and it's like, "Oh, that was
Yeah, it was just
sweet. I
cute. It
loved
was kind of funny. Trick or treaters on the 4th of
Yeah.
October.
And if they said they would have came back, I wouldn't have.
No.
But I was like, "Dude, yeah, I'm giving them candy." So yeah, we've already had our first 2 trick or treats October 4th. I was so
That
proud
is
of
adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And then you get this because Mike's reading through Facebook, and we have a Facebook page.
Our neighborhood has. I don't know. You keep cutting out at certain parts if you get anywhere away from your mic.
I'm not getting away from it.
I don't know. I'm just telling you it's cutting out. I can't not tell you. I have to make
Okay.
sure that's okay.
Are you going to tell your part of the story?
Oh,
Or is it
yeah,
gonna be
that's
dead
fine.
silent?
I didn't know. But see if you can go to your settings and up your sensitivity a little bit, because for some reason it's just not kicking in today for some dumb reason. But yeah, so we have a neighborhood Facebook page, and all of a sudden there's a thing with Mr. and Mrs. Moore. We are so sorry my children trick-or-treated your house. They were only supposed to go and look. It's like, but you made their day and blah blah blah. It was cute. I mean, if like she said, if they hadn't said, "Oh, I got to go to Branson," which, by the way, Branson, Missouri, for those of you that don't know, isn't exactly like it's a crappy visit. They actually have a lot of really fun stuff there. It's a, pretty good town. Well, okay, it was. I don't know what it would be like. There's probably like 2 places open right now with COVID, so I don't know what they're going to be doing. But yeah, it was pretty cute, and I have to say that's definitely we've always had people like the yard and stuff, but we've never had them come in full costume and then tug at Chris's heart or Sib's heartstrings, and we just happened to have the candy. Usually we don't have it quite this early, but Costco had it for like super cheap, so we got it early.
Super. And they were very, very polite. They were
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Good kids.
yeah, you're still cutting out real bad, babe. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I don't know. I just won't be able to talk.
Well,
Do anything about?
have you gone to your settings?
Yes, I just.
Hmm.
And I turned up nothing.
You might need to close down. It might be Discord being stupid. Just try closing it down or restart your computer or something and see if maybe that helps.
Okay.
We want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. We got a lot of really good, funny stuff that happened to us this whole last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be really pissed off if Discord's being a jackass and ruins that. So, but yeah. So anyway, that was a big thing, and we'll get to we'll get back to the developer crunch thing here in a second. Really real quick in gaming news, I just wanted to point out to Crucible. If those of you that remember me talking about that, Amazon Games' first launch game that was launched a few months back, and then they shuttered it back to beta a month later, and are apparently shutting it permanently this November. They just gave up.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's done. I don't know of many games on a level of something like Amazon has to throw money at something that have gone down that fast.
Yeah, it's not a good sign, really.
Yeah, especially for Jazz, because they're also the ones developing her only MMO that she's actually kind of excited for that's coming out anytime soon at all, as far as I know, because the other ones, what are the Ashes of Creation, Paragon, I think is those are all, who knows how far out, but supposedly this means that the devs aren't losing their job, which is a good thing, but they're taking the people from this Crucible dev team over to New World, and then yet another as of unnamed project was, as Jazz pointed out, actually is probably the Amazon's Lord of the Rings online game MMO that they're working on.
Yeah, I would say that's what the unnamed source is.
Yeah, probably. As actually, when you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, that was them. So it's just, I don't think it's officially known. It's just known.
Yeah.
And PR is what it is. But yeah, so Crucible, and if anybody out there actually did give money to Crucible,
they get their money back.
You can get it all back. If you ordered the, I don't know if I can't remember all the stuff that was in there, but like the enhanced editions or any loot crate stuff that it might have had, I can't remember, like skins and stuff. That's what it was. That was the game that had a skin, I think, that was it that game, or no, that was Valorant, that had the $30 gun skin that was like, yeah, that was a different game. I can't keep track of the horrible companies that are making really bad games lately. Although Valorant isn't actually a bad game, it's just really dumb when it comes to its skin prices. So yeah, that's gonna shutter. You can go to Amazon, or if you ordered it on Steam, you have to go to Steam and request a refund. And yeah, just like as Ericus in the chat points out, just like EverQuest Landmark, they just took our money and shuttered the whole thing.
Yeah, they didn't give us our money back at all. No.
But
they get kudos for that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not a good sign for a brand new developer that has the richest man on earth, I think, at this point, behind it. So
literally poop money every day and still be a trillionaire. So
yeah, I think he makes how many is it? Tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars a second every day.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But the thing is, it kind of goes to show you can't just throw money at something like this. You actually have to have a dedicated team of people that really know what they're doing, and somebody leading all that has real vision. And is not doing a paint by numbers game by committee, which is what Crucible really felt like. It was just game by committee. Like, all right, this is real popular with the children's, and we're gonna make an online a massively multiplayer online role playing game. And they're the kind of person that says that every single time and just calling it an MMO or an MMO. That's just Steve from accounting just does that.
Yep.
And they don't have that. They don't have a Yoshi P, like the guy that's at the head of Final Fantasy XIV, and apparently is pretty integral in the new Final Fantasy XVI coming up. Or CD Projekt Red, the ones we were talking about that did Witcher in 2077. those guys, they've got vision. They've really they push the boundaries of a lot of things in amazing ways. And they didn't have any of that. They just did paint by numbers. They're like, well, Overwatch was popular, and other things are popular that are like that. So let's do a character looter shooter kind of thing. No, let's not. Yeah, because it's over. It's all over. So hopefully this is good things for New World, because that was delayed till March, so they gave it another 6 months, and now it's got more people. But as somebody else in our ESO chat pointed out, it's also people from a now failed developed game. So again, not all throwing hands and people at a problem actually makes a difference if the creative director is not creative.
Yeah.
So, how's that pre-order still feeling, Jazz?
Shut up.
Yeah, I know. It's all you can do is be hopeful. I mean, the worst that happens is the game is a flop and it's shuttered by the end of 2021. I mean, that's technically the worst that happens. Hopefully by that time it happens, the $40 you put into it will have, you at least feel like you got your plays worth before. But I don't know. So, but on to other stuff here. Hey, Jazz. Jazz. Hey, Jazz.
What?
What'd you do today?
Today I did a birthday party for my 10-year-old.
How is he already 10? Like, seriously, dude. Sib sent you a blanket for him when he was born, it was 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's a little
seriously.
disconcerting, and he's my 6'3", 6'2", 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up to above his chest bone.
Oh, so he's already crazy.
He's already just
Where's all
tall.
this height coming from in your family? Because you guys
sure as hell didn't come from me, but it comes from the boys in my family. We're all big.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Jay doesn't.
And Germans. Huns and Germans. Really big brick house guys. I mean,
The Huns.
My grandmother's brother's son, whatever that would make him. He's my cousin.
Absolutely nothing. Oh wait,
he's
no,
he's like 74 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he towers over me, and he still laughs that big German ho ho ho. He
So
came to my mom's
end up
funeral.
So short?
Because I jumped off a barn roof when I was 5. That's why.
Well, that seems ill-advised.
And it was, but I was supposed to be 5'10", so I'm 5'3" and a quarter, 5'4".
So what you're
my
saying
arms are
is...
longer than my legs, so yeah, I look a little strange if you really look at me.
So on a skateboard, really, you just stand there and then you just push yourself along with your arms. Yeah. That's the image I'm getting.
Not quite that bad, no. But
yeah, you know what? We're gonna go with it.
When I participated in a genetic study, I was pulled within 15 minutes to participate.
Yeah.
Because they took one look at me and were like, okay, her. Yeah, you, come here. He goes,
Oddity.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
I want to see you. Yeah.
Why? As Hellcat says, Jazz is an orangutan. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Ginger, too. Both of them. So it kind of works out, actually.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's... I mean, congratulations to Wee Man, on Monkey, for being 10. It's just crazy to think. We've known each other for so long. It does not feel like 10 years have gone by.
You guys have been longer.
Oh, wow. That's so much better, baby.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yes. I'm glad that worked. I was really going to be upset if you couldn't be here to tell all the... Actually, you know what? Go back to having shitty connection, because I just realized every one of your stories today, well, not all of them, but several of them involve me saying or doing something stupid. So if you could just go back to having a bad connection, that'd be great.
Technically, they weren't you. I mean, it wasn't like you were saying or doing something stupid. I would just heard it wrong.
Well, there's.
Wait a minute, what did I put on the list?
Well, and then there's a la carte.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
You put that on your list, but that was mine.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, I
Anyway.
put it on there so we wouldn't forget.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess we kind of already hit your New World thing here. Are you still? Yeah, we've already. I guess we already went over that.
November is the next test. So.
Test of what? Oh, of New World. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is this just another, like what they did last time, where it's just open to everybody?
No, it won't. I don't know if it'll be open to everybody. It might be.
Well, it better be open to you. You've already given them friggin' money.
Right. I am not giving you more money.
I, however, have not, and will have to live vicariously through you or other streamers. Like I watched, was it Upper Echelon Gamer? Who's the guy I've really had fun watching, but he streamed a lot of that. He was the one that got up to the 20s and 30s and with his guild and took over territory. So it was kind of neat to see it from where we were playing, because you and I were scrub low levels and they were in there.
Yeah.
I mean, given they were still only 25, 30, but still for a week of thing, that's not bad. But, yeah, New World will be one you'll hear us talking about quite often, at least as stuff comes out. Apparently, November will be an interesting time. We'll have to see if we can't stream some of that. I tried to at the time, but it was weird. So, hey, Yunfei.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just minor nervous breakdown there. Just a little.
Well,
that's
one. Debatable. that's arguable.
Well, that's why I put. I saw that you have question marks, so I did the minor to middling.
Yeah.
To major.
No, it was pretty bad. Like I wasn't paying attention to my own mental health.
It sneaks up on you, doesn't it?
Happening. It does. Yeah, it does. And then it just all came crashing, and thankfully I do see a therapist, so she helped sort some of it out.
Wait, no, you're crazy. People that see therapists aren't normal, and it is my 1950s brain went away.
No, they're freaking booked.
Yeah, I imagine. Well, the statistics we'd shared here before with like suicide prevention hotline being up 3,000% in some areas. Yeah, I'd imagine they are.
Yep. Yeah, it just the normal garbage of everyday life, especially everyday life after Corona.
Technically, right now, Yunfei, technically, we could be considered post-apocalyptic. I mean, if the pandemic was a minor apocalypse, we're technically post-apocalypse right now.
Yeah, Iowa's still on the rise, though, so we're not out of the woods yet here.
But that also just being beaten over the head with politics.
Oh, my gosh.
That's driving me nuts.
Oh, my God.
I am
November cannot get here fucking soon enough.
Yeah.
Get here and go by. You know, this whole year has been, please just let it fly by. But November, please just come and go like a drive by.
Honestly, at this point, I'm praying that Mars Attacks is a documentary.
Reality show?
Well, Venus, we found
aliens can come, just
found
blow
life
everybody
on
up.
Venus. That was, I think, a thing that happened this last 2 weeks. The Venus discovery.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. That was not Venus. Was it Venus? Yeah, it was Venus.
Yeah, it is Venus.
Yeah. We're actually discovering shit like this on so many different moons and planets lately. It's actually okay. So conspiracy theory time. I've actually wanted to do an episode on this, and I need to, but there's just gaming stuff. But has anybody else seen the declassified documents and high-ranking military officials that are practically admitting that oh yeah, aliens have visited Earth and we have been in contact with them? They've low-key been releasing stuff like that. The video footage in space, like this has been happening, and it gets no traction because everything else is more important apparently than space aliens being an actual thing.
Yeah.
Like, they've certainly kind of gleaned past that very good.
Right.
It passed my feed the other day, and I was like, wait, up the truck. What did they just say?
Yeah,
Went and read about it.
Legitimate documents from actual like generals and things like that are like, oh yeah, yeah, we've actually been backwards analyzing alien technology for several decades now. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna casually throw that in there so you don't notice.
But that just totally got lost in the mess.
So,
mess of 2020.
All I'm saying is, Space Jesus, please, for the love of all that is holy, get here faster. I don't care what kind of Jesus or holy, just what Space Jesus, Space Buddha, Space Buddha. I don't care. Just as long as you're peaceful and you're not like, hey, by the way, our ships run on the living souls of the human race. As long as you're not that kind of alien.
Oh, there's a ship like that in Star Control. I swear, I'm not making it up. It runs off of the bodies and souls of people they throw into the incinerator.
Fantastic.
That sounds like fun. Oh, yeah, there's another thing I guess we should mention. Baldur's Gate 3 is apparently doing very well. However, I'm not willing to pay $60 for the game a year before it's actually ready and cutscenes and stuff are missing. But those that have it really looks like fun, and I really am tempted to, but I'm going to hold off. Even though I've never played a Baldur's Gate. The thing that made Yunfei, when she said that, because the whole thing starts out on a Mind Flayer ship, also probably run by souls.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole premise of that game apparently is you have a little baby Mind Flayer slug in your brain, and you're trying to figure out how not to have that in there. Spoiler alert for the first 5 minutes of the game.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, or the trailer that they released where the slug goes into the orc lady's eyeball. Yeah, I guess it's not really much of a spoiler.
I really need to pay closer attention because this shit just blew past me. I didn't even see that one.
Baldur's Gate? Or the aliens? Yeah.
The alien bit is like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so go back to the aliens. I think it's I think it's our government's way, and the world government as a whole, all over, because it wasn't just us. It's like the Brits and like Putin's over there like, yeah, sure, why not? Aliens. Yes. Well, I mean, I thought everybody knew. I'm going to go take my shirt off and wrestle bear now.
If I was a conspiracy theorist, I would say somebody leaked something.
But they've been leaked. I mean, it's stuff like that's kind of come and gone, but...
No, but I mean, something credible is coming out, and so they're all like, oh yeah, we totally knew that. So that they don't look like they were the ones that were, I
guess. I mean, I'm personally, obviously, nerd. Fantasy nerd. Sci-fi nerd. Yeah, I would think that would be awesome to live in an age where peaceful aliens, keyword on that.
Knowing our luck,
we're going to get the ones from Independence Day. Yeah, I know that.
Judging by how 2020 has going, I did read something very interesting. The slaughter hornets or whatever those things are called.
Murder hornets.
The murder hornets are going they're going into their slaughter phase in the next month.
Well,
I know.
Oh, and the killer poisonous caterpillars that look like Trump's hair. Yeah, I didn't have that one on my bingo card.
Okay, I gotta go look it up.
Where to point them. Jazz.
Yeah, I actually saw that one just today. Apparently,
I need to go look that one up. Thank you, Jazz.
Fuzzy caterpillars that have a neurotoxin in their furry Trump-like hair. Yeah, it's not Trump-like. It has to be blonde. It's not blonde.
It is blonde.
Oh, the one I saw was black.
Yes, it's blonde and kind of a reddish blonde color. And I'm just like, really? I'm going to have to make room on my bingo card. That was not on there.
All right, everybody. Now that I have survived the coronavirus, I have developed the ability to release larvae. Now, these larvae are amazing larvae. They are also dangerously poisonous and will only attack people that think differently than me.
What is it called again? Can you...
It's It's some kind of caterpillar. I don't remember what it's called.
It was in one state somewhere here in the U.S. that it showed up, and I guess it's actually. I mean, obviously it's lived elsewhere, but
Trump's wig
Trump's
caterpillar.
Yeah, Trump's wig caterpillar. That's what I looked
there
up.
it is.
Yep, it'll pop right up. It's
Trumpakiller.
Oh
Okay,
man,
that's not the real name. That can't be the.
No, it's not the real name. But
see, the
it's
one
still
I saw
fun.
had black. It had they showed the
Holy
picture
crap.
of black fur.
How can you say that didn't look like his hair?
Because the one I had was a little black fuzzy caterpillar, and it was They must have used a stock photo because journalism in 2020 is also garbage.
Oh my
yes,
god!
it is.
It's hot garbage.
Yeah,
like
Hot garbage.
Yeah,
hot, flaming, burning for like years. Garbage, like tire fire garbage.
Oh yeah, that does look like. See, yeah, the one I had looked a lot like that, but it was a solid black. It was black.
No, these are all golden.
Yeah, so I had lazy journalism.
Yes, you did. I'm sorry, but
Thanks, Facebook. I thought you were supposed to.
This is
monitor
not
my
fake
brain.
news.
No, that caterpillar right there. I tell you, I have. You may look at my hair right now, but it's actually 1,000 little caterpillars. If somebody tried to pet me right now, they would die instantly. I've been working on
So
that.
no one's gonna die.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, actually, no. What's her face will die.
Well, no, because if you had the chance to be like poke his head, would you not do it just to be like, how does this hair work? Like just to try to scientifically figure out. I mean, you could use
what if there's a gelatinous cube running him?
Could be. Well, obviously
no.
his hair is 1,000 little caterpillars.
I
So
wouldn't touch him with someone else's hand.
first off, I have a question. Why do you have someone else's hand? And second, I approve.
Well, I mean, look. You get bored in quarantine.
You're the one with the sign that says "Quit trespassing. We can't hide any more bodies." Yeah. Oh, so all right. But yes, to whatever his original thing was, take care of yourself.
Yeah,
We got way off topic there.
Yeah.
Yes, take care of yourself.
That's what we do here.
That is what we do. Also, just a quick note. Bitch done moved my shit.
Which
What's
bitch?
What's that, Sib?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I was in the living room, and someone says, I'm going to go fold my laundry.
Oh, shit. I didn't move his shit. I moved it all over the place. I mean, I just rearranged everything.
So I go in there after about an hour. I've been watching The Office, which, by the way...
I asked you to come in there. I
that's
invited
right.
you.
Yeah. And
I was like, can you move a picture for me?
Yeah, it was a very ominous... You don't have to right now, but could you get a hammer and nail and rehang a picture for me? All our pictures in the bedroom are already hung, sweetie. Why would you need me to come in there? So I go to the bedroom and try to open the door, but, the ottoman is behind it. So I managed to get in there, and our bed is now at a 90-degree angle on a totally different wall from where it was, as is our...
Go Sib!
As is the nightstands. And
I love shit like that. It's
everything in the goddamn room, except for the paintings, which I get to rehang.
Hey, I wanted you to be a part of it, okay? Be thankful I let you be a part of it.
Inclusive.
After an hour of I should have known. It's like when a toddler goes silent. I didn't hear from her in an hour, and I should have known something was wrong. Thank God she can't move things around in the living room, because the entertainment center is it's beyond confusing with cables and stuff. Also, there's only one wall the TV fits on. But oh, thank God. But yeah, it looks nice. It's really weird after having been there for 8 years, sleeping in a different part of the bedroom next to a different window that used to be at your feet. But
you didn't even tell him the funny part. He walked in and I was hiding.
Oh, yes, that's right. So after I got the ottoman out of the way and I'm looking at my new bed spot, I crane my neck over the side of the other bed spot, and there's my grown-ass 40-something-year-old wife on her hands and knees, hiding like a toddler again behind the edge of the bed, like I'm not going to realize she's there.
It took you a minute to find me.
It didn't take me a minute to find you. It took me a minute to get over the fact that, shit's done been moved. Oh, yes, thank you, Ericus.
Quarantine affects everybody differently.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll buy you a house at ESO to keep that from happening again.
That's okay. I got a free one.
That is true, and it's actually very nice. That Alpine house is extremely nice. But anyway, yes, bitch done moved my shit.
You're
I love
welcome.
her for it, and actually, it looks nice, and we actually have more room somehow, even with the exact same amount of stuff, plus a little more because we put the grandson's little
I
dressers
moved all
and
his stuff in there, so he's now living in our room with us whenever he comes to visit. I didn't. It was in the living room, and I wanted him in our room, so he moved in.
So yeah, so that happened. Yeah. So
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, thanks. It's great. Yeah, I guess I'll get to my last little bit here before we finish out Yunfei, and then we'll get to the stuff. I was telling a story to Sib about a la carte. Somebody had said the word, and you ever know a word and remember the very first time you heard it and realized what it meant? Like, does anybody else have those memories? Like, just certain words, like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, I remember when I first realized what that word meant and what it was.
Yeah, this was hilarious.
Like a la carte, for example. I was in middle school. And now I know when you go, I don't know where you're at, but from here, if you go from elementary school, it's blah, blah, blah. It's you get whatever the lunch lady with the 4-inch wart on her chin gives you, and it is, like Billy Madison style. But middle school, you have choices. You have options. You have hamburgers and pizzas and things like that. And like, for example, where I was at, a la carte pizza. So I went through the line with my little tray and, and asked the lunch lady, what flavor is a la carte?
That's adorable.
That's when I learned that a la carte is apparently French for you only pick one thing at a time. Who knew? I mean, so, yeah, that's how I learned the word a la carte, which also is not a pizza flavor. So that's a thing. Yeah. And so moving back to Yunfei here. So Animal Crossing again, huh? They got some cool Halloween stuff in there?
Yes, they have the spooky furniture set, which is not so much spooky as it is super adorable because it's got like pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns on it.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I live for that shit. Like I love autumn. Autumn's my favorite season. I love Halloween. In fact, our EBT card finally filled.
Good.
And I bought the cats.
Oh no.
the little pumpkins that like teachers would have on their desk in school.
Yeah, the baby pumpkins.
Yep. I bought them a little bag of those. It was awesome because they were like 50 cents for like 5 of them in there.
Yeah.
So I've got them all around the apartment, and they don't seem to give a crap at all.
Of course they don't. They're cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that about figures. I was doing something real quick here. Let's see. You speaking of Halloween, I was just going to show off the yard that the kids came up to. There we go. That'll pop up in here a second. But no, I've actually kind of been. It's you. I love Halloween. It's obviously my favorite time of the year. I'm in ESO. I'm waiting. ESO. I know it's coming, but kind of sooner better than later would be awesome. yeah, and there's for those of you, ooh, wow. For those of you not in our Discord, remember twitch.tv/crashedwhile-loading.
Have another drink, baby.
Right, I haven't even had one. This is Bang, that no sugar energy drink that is mostly just niacin, vitamin B, calcium, potassium, and magnesium. And I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, no, I'm not. That's even worse. Anyway, click the Discord button, twitch.tv/crashedwhile-loading, and join our Discord. That right there, that is our front yard. And yes, it is from literally decades of collecting items and things like that, and going to the Spirit Store on November 1st when everything's 50% off, because I do it on a budget.
Very smart.
Yeah. Also, though, there is one, and it was tempting, though thank God it's actually out of stock now. I don't know if anyone's seen the 12-foot tall skeleton that was at Home Depot, baby?
Yes.
That Home Depot is selling. You heard? It's a 12-foot tall hard plastic skeleton that stands in your yard.
It is awesome. One of my customers has it, and oh my God, I want it. I don't want a lot of Halloween stuff. I wanted this, and I was pushing to get it. And when he finally got around to looking into it, it was sold out.
Which is probably
Oh, wow.
which is probably good, because it's also $300.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, I could get a lot of stuff for that kind of money on November 1st. But
it was cool.
It is super cool, and it would definitely dominate everything in our neighborhood. And we're already, our neighbor usually does.
Dominate anyway.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
Well, our neighbor
I was
usually
gonna
does.
say, don't
but
you kind of already have that like cinched?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I mean, whenever we got the yard up while we were working on it, we had so many people driving by slowly. I saw people with their cameras out videoing. There was one lady that rode by on a bicycle with her camera, her phone up, videoing as she went by. I was like, yeah, we dominate.
And there's the one little baby there that's like actually gripping the thing. Our little neighbor, she brought out her 8-month-old and took pictures, and he was perfectly cool with, little zombie boy just dangling next to him, and he
tried to eat his foot.
Trying to eat his foot, so he fit in.
Oh look.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Dyer put up something for Unife.
That's for Yunfei, yeah. Dyer says, a few episodes back was someone looking for a special edition Switch, was at the mall with kids Friday, and GameStop had them back in stock for $299, not the $700 aftermarket price, and it is the Animal Crossing Switch.
Oh, wow.
Animal?
Animal.
Animal.
Yeah, no, I won't lie. Like, that was the one I wanted initially because I thought it was really pretty, because I'd never played Animal Crossing at that point.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, this is pretty. It's pastel and
yeah, no, they sure as shit. They actually, and it even says back in stock, except for the little. Oh, they even have a. The controller looks like it's got Animal Crossing colors too. Not the Joy-Cons, but the big one. What do they call that on the Switch? The Elite controller Switch version. It's got Animal Crossing colors. It's not just the black one like I have. For $50. A little $20 Animal Crossing case. Look at that. That's very cool. Thanks for putting that up, Dryer. That's very neat.
I love it. Oh, I wish we could afford it.
Yeah. So, we're just gonna run long on this episode. Hopefully, that's cool with people. Anyway, so Sib has apparently a hearing problem.
I choose to call it selective hearing, but it has been funny this last week. I have heard some really weird crap come out of his mouth.
Did not actually say it. She just heard it come out of my mouth. It is not what actually came out of my mouth. So
let's start with the first one today. Today's one.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and do that one?
Yeah, we were playing with Tobias because I had him today. I took him out to the park and brought him home, and we were getting ready to take him home, and we're playing around with him, and I was telling him about another little boy that was there that looked a lot like our son, Tristan. And Tristan's got dark hair, dark eyes. And when he was little, he had a huge melon. I mean, he would topple over because his little head was just way bigger than his little body. Well, so we were talking about Tobias's big head. And I swear I got up and Ashton goes,
Tobias, I was wrestling on it with him on the bed, and he headbutted me right in the nose, is what happened. Yeah.
And so I got up and I grabbed Tobias, and Ashton said something about our grandson has a thick head. And I looked at him and I said, what did you say? Because I heard dickhead. And I was like, what the crap? What kind of grandpa are you?
I said, what? You just going around hitting me with your thick head. She did not hear the THAICK part. No. So apparently I'm calling my grandson a dickhead.
Yeah.
Which probably will happen, but not at that moment.
But yeah, so this goes back about a week ago. So I'm in the kitchen, he's in the living room, and he's playing some game.
That Genshin Impact, the Breath of the Wild Great Value version, yeah.
And so we're sitting there, and he's going on and about, what were you saying?
I said, again, I hit a barrel, and anybody that watched Avatar will know why I said that. I said I hit a barrel, and I said, my cabbages, because a cabbage popped out of it. And she said, why are you saying that? I said, because I hit a barrel and cabbages popped out.
He said it so fast. I swear he said, I hit a bear and the cabbage. I'm like, what kind of freaking game gives you cabbages from a bear? So we both are like, we're like, what the crap? I mean, I'm laughing. He's laughing. It's like sad because I'm like, I cannot hear anything he's saying anymore. I get, like I said, selective hearing.
That platypus bear is pooping money.
I know. Julie, do the thing.
Yes. Which, by the way, Yunfei, if you haven't watched Legend of Korra that came out on Netflix, you need to watch that next.
Oh.
Okay. We don't have Netflix at the moment, but.
Oh, okay. Well, when you get it back.
Yeah.
No, it's been just little things at work everywhere. I'm like, I just hear something completely different come out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm. She does.
I think it's because he says it so fast, and I'm really not paying attention.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. So,
it's been fun.
It has been. So, real quick, too, what is this, Yunfei, Tales from the Loop? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know that one. That's the weird sci-fi one, right?
Yes. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that actually describes it to a T. The weird sci-fi one.
We watched an episode of that, actually.
Weird.
Yeah.
It is very weird. It's also one of those shows that's like a really slow burn because it's not super exciting.
It's not an action adventure, yeah.
Yeah. But it was interesting. If you're interested in
time stuff.
like time travel.
And it has robots and stuff in it too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually did know that one. Yeah, I kind of need to go back to that one. There's a lot of shows coming out, but then Netflix just came out with their sequel season to House on Haunted Hill, which now it's Haunted Bloomhouse, or not Bloomhouse, Bly House. Bly
Haunting
House.
of Bly House.
Yeah, Bly House. So, and then Blumhouse is having 4 movies come directly.
Bloomhouse.
No, it's actually Blum. BLUM. Blum.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Because the guy that started his last name is Blum. I learned that's why it's called Blumhouse. But they're having 4 movies, scary movies, come out, like a double feature. I think one came out this weekend, and then another 2 movies came out this weekend. Another 2 come out next weekend or the weekend after. That are Blumhouse movies, and they look pretty interesting. You know, reviews have been 7 or 8s, which for horror movies these days are pretty much as good as you get.
That's really good for a horror movie.
Yeah,
horror movies are notoriously get like crapped on.
Yeah, like you get The Conjuring, but then after that you get The Conjuring sequels.
Some shows, some horror shows, they should just stop after the first one.
Saw.
I'm a Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity went too far.
The first one was awesome. It scared the crap out of me. And then they brought out 2, and then 3, and then 4, and I don't know how far they went, but I was like, I'm done after 1.
I think there's
They
one.
blew their load on 1 is what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's very true.
Yeah, because and they start those, like, the whole thing with the Blumhouse was to very low budget, very cinematic kind of things, but then you spend $10 million on a movie that makes $100 million, and you're like, more of these. What about a Conjuring universe? And that's how you get, The Nun, which was not good, and Annabelle, which I like only because the doll is fucking creepy, and anything with dolls pretty much automatically creeps me out. Even though she doesn't actually do anything, really. It's all the other demons that work around her. So, yeah. But anyway, I love Halloween. We started Ratchet, which is the Amazon. Is that Amazon? No, that's Hulu. Is that Amazon or Hulu? Hulu, which is based off Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which of course everyone here remembers from the 1975 movie with Jack Nicholson.
I remember it, but it's been a long time.
I've never seen
since
it.
I've seen
Actually,
it.
I just know it.
It's been a real. I read the book a long time ago.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's interesting so far, and the style of it is super super out there, very old school kind of filming styles, and the music is weird and lighting and stuff like that. But it's interesting, and I think we'll probably finish it. But it's one of those things like, did a character from a 1975 Jack Nicholson movie really need an entire series all to herself to explain her origin?
She was. I mean, they still reference,
There's-
Nurse
yeah,
Ratchet
That's
in the
true.
hospital.
Yeah.
When you get a bad nurse, you still. I mean, she's basically from that movie. She came.
Yeah.
Her own little thing. Her
Yeah,
own
her own
thing.
thing. Thank you, David S. Pumpkins, for stopping by.
I love that.
All right, so real quick, when I say real
Are we
quick,
done?
No, we're not done.
Oh.
The CD Project Red thing with this has been a pet peeve of mine. It's something I've actually wanted to talk about for a while, but I was waiting until something like this happened because I knew it would, because games journalism and gaming in general is fucking terrible. So, when a game goes gold and it's getting ready to release, there's often a thing called developer crunch. Oh, the developers and people that work there have to work longer hours to make sure they get final polish, and it's pretty much an industry standard. But every time this happens, there's people, the gaming journalism, journalists, people like Jim Sterling on the YouTube, it's all this, it's corporate fascism, and it drives me out of my mind, because this is something they like, gaming. I get that. It's just overtime. You can call it what you want, but it's overtime. I work overtime. Jazz, have you ever worked overtime?
Tons.
Yeah, and tell me, did you have legions of people complaining about how you weren't with your family during all that time that you weren't there?
Sometimes.
You had an entire media industry actually saying
Oh no, I thought you meant like my friends. Okay.
No, of course your
Yeah.
friends and yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But nobody gives a shit when we work with the post office. Nobody gives a shit that November and December we're going to be working really long hours, and guess what? Because the way we get paid, we stop getting paid at 4. So everything after that, we just don't get paid. No one gives a shit.
At 8. You said 4.
Well,
Dang, if we were getting I would be like, no.
No, I get paid. I get paid from 7 to 4. That's when my time stops. So every hour after that, I'm working for free. That's how that works, right, babe?
What? No, what? Say it one more time. I wasn't paying attention.
Thank you. Exactly. Yes. And that's how it is with most people. Lawyers. Nobody gives a shit when a lawyer is on a big case and they're working 80 hours a week to get something done, right? Nurses, doctors. What are those little people that work at you have retail workers that work during holidays? Nobody gives a shit that they're working overtime. And yes, it sucks. I don't like overtime either. But just because you're in a gaming industry doesn't make it not exactly what it is. It's still overtime. And on top of that, CD Projekt Red isn't an American company. You know what that means, don't you? Of course you don't, because nobody's going to tell you that. So I'll tell you what that means. America, yeah, it kind of does suck. You can kind of really get screwed over. We don't have a lot of labor laws when it comes to that stuff, but guess where CD Projekt isn't? America. They're in Poland. It's a Polish company. And in Poland, it turns out, you can only work 125 hours of overtime a year, maximum. That's it. You can't do more than that. Now, with CD Projekt Red, a lot of people have actually, because the people are involved are very dedicated, have actually volunteered work outside of their usual pay to do stuff. But now that it's mandatory, they have to work. And I'm sorry if you're sitting down, stand up. Okay, now sit down again because it's that important. They can only work they're only going to work them 6 days a week, and that extra day that they're going to be working is going to be an 8-hour shift. So this last 2 months of them developing their developer crunch is them apparently working 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. That's what everyone's getting all bent out of shape over.
That's kind of funny. Really.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, seriously, if you people, I've seen articles, CD Projekt Red breaks, because they said we're not going to do developer crunch stuff. They break their promise, and they're not the company we thought they were, and blah 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 blah. I mean, technically, maybe they did it, but the thing is, it's not just because you use a fancy buzzword like developer crunch. It's overtime. It's just. They're getting, and it's not like they're working that extra 8 hours and well, I guess I just have to not get paid. No.
they're getting paid.
They're getting paid. And actually, I think from there, if I remember right, it was not time and a half. I think it's double time. So they're getting paid twice as much.
They knew when they took the job that it would be a thing.
As all gaming developers kind of do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like becoming a lawyer and being like, what do you mean I have to work past 4 o'clock? Well, this is bullshit. I can't believe I went 7 years into law school for this. They are
lawyers work all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know a few of them. They're actually not all bad people, just most of them. But it just drives me crazy. It's one of those things, and then everyone is like unionize, and I work in an industry where unions are very prevalent. Not all unions are created equal.
No.
No, some of them
way.
are horrible. Like ours, I'm a rural carrier. Ours is awful. It is, to put it into perspective, the first time I went to a union meeting, proud union member, I was young, naive, stupid, giving them $700 a year for basically nothing.
Ouch.
But, Jazz... I went to the meeting and guess what they had there? Door prizes.
And snacks.
Yeah, they had an 8-foot sub that cost quite a bit, actually. And door prizes, like idiotic, dumbass-looking wooden fish that I could hang on my wall. Or, in my case, throw directly into the garbage when I got home. Because...
Isn't that what everyone does with all that crap they hand out?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
And those are called re-gifts for birthdays, Christmas,
right? Yeah.
Weird parties you got to go to. Those are re-gifts.
Yeah. Well, and okay, quick side story. There was one we used to have friends. We used to have friends. And there was one copy of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando that was re-gifted year after year after year. It was kind of an ongoing joke. Until eventually, I think it got to someone that really actually wanted the movie, and then it stopped. It's like, oh, come on! But yeah, regifts are great. But no, yeah, that was our big thing. They spent I don't know how many hundreds of dollars every meeting on stupid shit like that, and yet people are not being defended the way they should be, and our union falls flat on its face constantly by not having us in contracts. It's not a good union. We don't pay for it anymore. because that's between the two of us. Actually, it's up now. I think it's closer to almost $900 a year. That's $1,800
Oh yeah,
for the two
kiss
of
my
us.
entire behind.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
And
Yeah,
for
I know.
and you know how often we've needed to be represented by our union in all this time?
Probably never.
There you go. Yeah, actually, we've always defended ourselves, and we did it a far better job. So again,
Yeah.
some unions I understand, and I'm kind of railing on ours because it's the one I know. But then there's our city carrier union. I'm just using these as things that I know of because it's personal experience. Understand that. City carrier union, holy shit, you do not fuck with that union. They have their carriers' backs like you would not believe. And, of course, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes they defend people that probably should be fired. You know, the guy that you see on YouTube that, like, punt-kicked a parcel onto somebody's roof or sprayed dog spray into a completely innocent animal that wasn't doing anything on its side of the fence. Those guys probably should be fired. But the union still works for them. And that's the kind of union you kind of want, except maybe a little less morally gray. But when you get into...
There's such a strong union. They actually purchase property here in where we are, and they use it to raise more money for their union. I mean, their union is amazing. And if our unions ever combine, which that will never happen, I would certainly join the union again. But oh no.
No. But instead, we got a wooden fish and a stale 8-foot sandwich, which we also took about 6 inches of home because it was awful. It wasn't good.
I will say my mom was the union steward for the road carriers here where we work for a time being, and she even was like, the union's a joke. And I'm like, that's just sad. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so no, we do not participate in the union. And even since we don't participate, they still have to defend us. I mean, it is
we just don't
contractually their obligation. So.
And they're contractually, but we actually still prefer to do it ourselves because it happens better. But so when they cry for things like that, I've seen some of the gaming unions out there, and they are not actually unions. In fact, I've seen some of them where they actually want to exclude certain groups of people, which is kind of the opposite of a union. A lot of them are actually more kind of activist groups than unions, which is not the point of a union in the past. Today, however, it does not seem that is any longer the thing. But the point of all of this is, mind your own goddamn business. If these people are willing to work the overtime, why are you getting bent out of shape on the behalf of other people? Yep. I mean, if I don't want to work overtime, if I really, really hate my job so much because I have to work longer hours to deliver people's Christmas presents and shit like that in November and December, which is exhausting, yes, but is also part of the gig. And also, you get moments like, oh, I'm so glad this got here. My son's going to be so happy, or my daughter's going to be so thrilled, or whatever it is. It little things like that actually make it worth your while. And I would assume being a game developer and seeing somebody play something you've put thousands of hours into would probably have the same, like, okay, you know what? That was all worth it. Yeah. But unfortunately, game journalism doesn't care about all that. They just have to go for clicks and be offended by things that don't concern them and all that stuff, which is aggravating, especially because like people like Jim Sterling, he's a British guy who lives in America and constantly rails on stuff like this because he gets to be pompous and angry and look like he's better than other people. And yet he himself admits that he constantly works really long hours, and he has control of all that. You know what? I'm not going to be offended on his behalf because that's his choice, and it makes him more money because he likes to do that. Also, he likes wrestling, which is really weird because he's kind of a large child. But anyway. So, I feel better. I feel better now.
I'm glad.
We're glad.
Also, 2077, I fucking can't wait. But my biggest problem right now is I think I'm going to have to get it on PC because if I get it, I don't want it with the new generations coming out. I don't have a PS4 or an Xbox Series X because they were shit shows to pre-order, and I don't want to play a game like that on a now last gen console. My computer's better, so I think I might have to get it on computer and just pray to the port gods that they didn't fuck it up. Because that happens all the time on computers. So
Nah, say it isn't so.
I'm looking at you, Batman. It was anyone that doesn't remember, there was a Batman Arkham game that ported over computer and just flat out crashed everything all the time. It was not anything that was playable. It was horrible. They actually had to pull it off of Steam for a month to fix it and give refunds. I remember these things because you don't have to. So, anyway, real quick, I guess, what have we been playing? Hey, Jazz, I see you.
I tried to play Conan.
God bless you.
I tried.
Somebody has to. Was it on that guy's server that's in our in your S&D?
Well, there's 2 servers. I have 2 friends on 2 different servers who want me to come play. So I said the one I would come try it out, but I couldn't get it. I like spent, and you know how I am.
You love
a good
spending time.
20 minutes making my character, right? I made her perfect.
Oh no.
And then I poured her into this, and because they've got all these mods that change things, turned her white. I mean,
what was she before?
She was a pretty chocolate brown. Perfect. It took me forever to make her look good. And they changed her into this pasty white chick with blue eyes.
You went from...
What the actual fuck?
You went from Coco to Barbie, just like that.
I was like, what is this happy horse shit? And I couldn't... And so I exited out, and I remade her again, and then I brought her in, and it did it again. And they're like, shouldn't do that. I'm like, well...
It is.
That's nice, but that's not... So then they're like, well, just go into this... It's like you basically remake your character according to this mod.
Oh, you have
but
to
it
go.
Wouldn't let me. Everything just kept her white.
You know what?
I was like, okay, I'm done.
You know what that is? That is literally systemic racism. The system won't let you make a black character. That's actual systemic racism right there. Like to the very definition of the word.
I was like half tempted to say, is that what this is?
Oh my gosh.
Like, what the hell?
Oh, well, the good thing is, Jazz, is that the Conan universe, especially like the movies, aren't known for having any dark-skinned characters, especially ones of deep... Oh, wait, no. Yep, that's wrong. They had that one really scary chick in the first ones. Yeah,
they have all
they
colors
really do.
And shapes and sizes in Conan. That was one of the things that I loved about
especially
them.
The original Schwarzenegger ones. That chick had such a severe look. Oh, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. And that was like really tall with the severe
it had like her eyes. Like
she was terrifying.
She could kill you with a glare.
Yeah,
she was scary.
She was pretty amazing.
But beautiful skin too, by the way.
Oh God, yes, she was just gorgeous.
It wasn't anything like this pasty, blotchy. Look at it. Look at this. It's just I mean, I don't even know what that is right there. That's a scar. Never mind. Yeah, that's so.
I wanted to ask real quick too. Do you still have trees on your roof, Jazz?
Yes, I still have trees on my roof.
Crap.
Yeah, I still have trees
on my
roof.
That can't be good.
It's not, and everything's winter's coming.
I know,
and they still haven't made it to my. Now, part of it's because my husband's in school and he's a little distracted, but he swears the contractors are just busy. So, I'm gonna take him at his word and not flip out. But I told him I am gonna be a very unpleasant person if winter gets here and I still have trees on my roof. So you need to deal with this.
I don't blame you. That could
got
cost them a
boys.
major damage.
Get your boys out there. Hand them a chainsaw. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, Ashen, you got a boy.
Handing my
you hand him a chainsaw and tell him to do something.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen.
That was the joke. I wouldn't hand my kid honestly, I don't let him use the electronic turkey cutter.
Yeah,
You mean the electric knife?
Yeah, I said that. The electronic turkey cutter.
Turkey cutter.
Oh my god.
Well, what else do we cut with it?
It's not electronic. Never mind. It
If
is
all you
electric.
ever do is cut turkeys with it, it's an electronic turkey cutter, and I stand by everything that I say.
We
Of course
know.
you do.
But yeah. So, are you still?
Wonder why I have selective hearing. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, you never got it fixed, and you're not doing it again. Conan, I mean.
No, well, I am gonna do it again. I
Like,
had to
not
take,
right.
You know,
You weren't like jumping back into it the next day.
No.
With eager
Because-
anticipation at your
Right.
cocoa-skinned whitey.
No, I'm not doing that again. So I'm gonna read up on what possible bugs might be going on
With
and kind of go from
mods,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the mods, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But either way, it was just beyond irritating. And I take a lot of pride and time with my characters.
I can't relate to that, Sib.
Shut up, stupid.
Speaking
Hey.
of, go ahead.
Just because we like to have characters that look. I'm sorry.
Well,
Guys just slap a character on the screen and
No.
like, I'm done.
Yunfei, you've seen my characters. Xanis, you think that happened just overnight? No. I spent a lot in Tarvala. Spent a lot of time on Tarvala. Draxilis, spent a lot of time on him. I'm just as chickish as you guys are when it comes to characters. Also, I still believe that fashion is the end game of all MMOs. Which,
Oh,
by
yeah,
the way,
absolutely.
ESO, what the fuck with that latest outfit with the short shorts and the long thing? That's
Right?
a very
But
strange
I know
look.
a certain someone was like, please get it. So I did.
A lot of
Um,
people really do like it, and it's not bad. Looks awful on dudes, though. Whew, man. Lupo, wow. That was like 2 giant hams squeezed into Daisy Dukes in that photo.
No.
Wow, that was not good. Also, the great thing about that, hairy, too, which makes everything better. But I actually think that costume would have looked a lot better if they had just connected the short shorts to the long legging. What's the high boots? The high boot things?
Knee high
Thigh
boots.
boots,
highs,
yeah.
yeah.
The thigh boots.
Thigh high
yeah.
boots, yeah.
But that whole Daisy Duke, like pumpkin spice Uggs, biker short thing is a little strange for a fantasy game. But that's just
Yeah,
hell
I
is
was
that?
just
Oh.
like, what? Okay.
yeah. I mean, I know we're gonna see a lot of it, and maybe I'll get it one day. But it's also 1,000 crowns, which is near $9-10, and frankly, it doesn't look.
Yeah, that's a lot.
If I was a
And,
cabaret dancer or in what's that Moulin Rouge, it's perfect. If I was gonna reenact a scene from Moulin Rouge, it's a great outfit. Which I'm basing off of the fact that I've never seen Moulin Rouge and only watched the trailers. But that's what it reminds me of. So there.
What's it called? Because I'm looking for it and I can't.
Vampiric something or other.
Oh, of course it would be.
Yeah,
It's for the
and
vampires.
Yeah, it's the vampire thing. Let's see here if I can. But also somebody has been getting back. One last thing before we go, Sib.
What?
You're bartending.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh yes, she has been bartending for us and doing an amazing job. And
I will
There you
say
go,
it's
Yunfei.
been
It's in
fun.
general chat.
What?
He posted the
The outfit in general.
outfit in general.
Oh yeah, there we go.
No, I appreciate.
Mm.
I know Jazz has had trouble finding a steady bartender, and I've
Yes.
not been able to go RP and play. I've had the last experience in the game really ruined it for
Yeah,
me,
the
and
end
I
of the
just
servants of the tribunal. Just saying,
Yeah, I
guys,
was like,
I'm not worried about it. At this
screw you
point.
guys, I'm done.
They're still
And
there, but they're a different guild now, so it's all
just spoiled me really bad, and a lot of my RP just kind of I felt bad because it went to crap because of me. But I noticed she had been having trouble looking or getting a steady bartender, so I reached out to Jazzy and said, "Hey, you want a bartender?" And it's actually helped me a lot because I've been able to do RP.
Yes, please. Yes,
So I
was very
try to be
happy.
there Tuesday and Thursday nights behind the bar, and it's been fun. I will say Thursday night was a little. I was like, "What the crap did I just walk into?"
Watching two of the people
that was
suddenly
fun.
go at each other
I
while
was
Jazz
like,
was
okay.
AFK.
But no, it's been a lot of fun, and I feel like I'm actually getting the RP spirit back, and I'm happy to be there. So,
Yeah.
thank you, Jazz.
You're welcome. I am loving having you there. It's nice because I don't have to just bartend. I can actually get out there and role play too, which has been very nice. So
yeah. So
works out for both of us.
It works out for everybody, whether you like it or not.
That's right.
So, all right. Well, now I noticed our episodes are starting to get longer and longer as we get more and more comfortable into this groove again.
Yeah, we all blame you, don't we, ladies? It's Ashen's fault. Way to go, Ashen. Way to go.
This is why nobody likes you.
Hey, I beg to differ.
And why you move things around when I'm not paying attention. So, also, Strafe, by the way, he still has no internet, and from what I have heard from the pigeon carrier that the Amish community he is now living with is he is doing well. His beard is coming in nicely, and he has actually shaved, he shaves the mustache but only grows the beard, as is the way of the Amish. And his barn-making skills have gone up by at least 15 points. So, Strafe, if you're out there, hurry up, loser. Tired of waiting on you. So, all right. Well, that's that. Remember to subscribe over at twitch.tv/crashwhiloloading. Probably be playing some games this week, like that Genshin Impact, just to see what people think of it. Also, Hades is still a thing. And there was something else that I downloaded Divinity Original Sin 2, which is the people that are making Baldur's Gate 3, because I wanted to see if I would like a game like that was already out and not $60. So, with that, I want to thank you for listening and thank my crew, Jazz, Civ, Yunfei. You ladies are awesome as always. And, yeah, that's it. So, show's over. Shows are done. It's I still don't have like a catchy catchphrase like about halflings or anything like that. So
all I can see is all four of us riding off into the sunset like the three amigos.
Dun-da-da!
Music, as always, is provided by Husky by the Geek. Visit him at youtube.com/Husky by the Geek to hear all his latest in video game covers and original music. When in doubt, interrupt women. Everyone loves that.